Right here in the gym of Fullerton College, 2 games down, Dean. We've got 2 more to go. The last one really set the tone for the rest of the week. We've got a real big fight tonight. WOODCREST Christian taking on Saddleback Valley Christian. It is really your David versus Goliath matchup here alongside Dean Barnes. Manny Nunes with a call on this one. 2 teams who have one side is looking to defend their title. The other one has defeated the 2nd and 3rd seeds, respectively. You talk about Carmen Stratton for the head coach for Saddleback Valley Christian. It was her first year as a head coach of the squad. They won a CIF title, Gene, and then in the semifinals of the state tournament. Now they're in a chance to defend their title. Not only that, move on into December possibly and fight for a chance at another state title. But this program is really one to talk about. They've yet to lose a single set in this entire playoff bracket.
Well, what a challenge for WOODCREST Christian. You knocked the number 2, the number 3. Hey, how about the number 1? You know what I mean? There's no stopping the limitations if you got that much motivation in the back of your pocket right now. And WOODCREST Christian's got to feel pretty strong and confident, even though it is David versus Goliath, so to speak. Hey, but they got here this far knocking off some good schools, so credit them as well.
Yeah, definitely credit to also Saddleback Valley Christian, a very well-coached school. Head coach Carmen Stratton has really solidified this program really well. We've seen this team practice. They play very fundamental. It's not one of your typical high-powered, high-towering teams. They know how to set, spike, and really play defense very well. And I think for a team against WOODCREST Christian, maybe the turn might stop here. You never know. But with Saddleback Valley, they've got a lot to work with.
And when you have the fundamentals and you're sound like that, you're pretty hard to get dethroned, so to speak. So if they do all the little things and intangibles right, it should be another easy defending title for Saddleback.
Well, what about WOODCREST Christian, though? Okay, you could say that they're David of this tournament, so to speak. And then you even have teams that they beat in Templeton, the number 3 seed, and then Hemet, the number 2 seed. They beat them out in 4 sets, respectively. And now you're taking on Saddleback Valley Christian, a completely different opponent where if you give them 1 or 2 sets, it could be all but over. What would be the strategy and the take for this team going into this matchup tonight?
Perfection. You got to be perfect in all aspects of the game. You got to be able to not make mistakes. You got to be able to capitalize on your opponent's mistakes, and basically no unforced errors. Basically, if you're going to lose, make Saddleback beat me, but you don't beat yourself.
You know, Gina, I know you talk about perfection, but you and I, we are far from perfect, aren't we?
Oh no, well, we're getting we're on the right track. We got derailed many times.
Yes,
but we're on the right track.
You know, I know you're a week away from you graduating from pronunciation school, so I'm looking forward to be one walk with you.
Yeah, as soon as I get that that piece of paper they call a certificate. That's what it's called?
I think so. A diploma, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'll roll it up and put it to good use.
My goodness. In either case, Saddleback Valley Christian, WOODCREST Christian here in the CIF Southern Section Division 3A final coming at you right after this. Welcome back here, folks. It is by far one of the biggest matchups of the night. WOODCREST Christian, who have defeated the number 2 and 3 seeds respectively not too long ago. They just recently took down the number 2 seed Hemet in a 4-set total. Whereas on the other end, though, Gene, the Saddleback Valley Christian Warriors have yet to lose a set in this entire CAF bracket. So this is definitely one of your 1 versus 4, 5 seeds respectively. But I think WOODCREST Christian, they're ready to go.
Yeah, but that's pretty impressive for Saddleback Valley Christian not to lose a set throughout this tournament so far. I mean, that's unheard of, so to speak. So, I mean, WOODCREST Christian has really got the work cut out for them, but don't underestimate them. They knocked out the number 2, number 3, like you've mentioned, so very well opponent that Saddleback will be facing today. So, if Saddleback can defend their title, they were the 3A division champions last year, and they're defending that, and they're playing a worthy opponent in the fact they're WOODCREST Christian, the Royals, they're called, as they are on the left of your screen, and the Warriors in black and the white as we get ready to start. The WOODCREST Christian Royals will serve.
The Warriors from Saddleback Valley Christian are going to be dressed in their blacks. for Woodcrest Christian. Not as dark, though. They are in their purple. Here we go on the attack. Picked up on the backside. Here they come. First chance opportunity bounced around, and now Woodcrest will have to play defense yet again after that second block. Here's the opportunity. Bumped back by the libero of Woodcrest Christian, Anna Stevenson. Set. Here's the attack along the corner. Picked up yet again. How about this, Shane? Wade will start off this first point. He's got a bit of a rally up Bruin. As you see the Warriors at number 14, Shannon Garrity, throw down with brute force.
Yeah, she did that right in the middle, Garrity. She got a quick set and she hammered it right down the middle to get the first initial point of the match.
Ready to go now. The set and now the attack. Up along the backside as it's bumped away. Here's a chance now for the Royals as that finds its way up and over. Lauren Wells, who gets the first points now for the Warriors, notching things up now at 1 apiece. Wells, though, now will serve just over the net, up on the backside, dived up by the libero, tipped around, a great dive save up on the dig as it goes up and over around the stick and out of bounds. Now 2-1 advantage. Obviously, when you look at these things, this setup and how it's formed out, it's all about trying to mesh up and see where these teams are.
But Brianna Hood, though, great save on that try for Woodcrest.
On that service there, number 6, Sydney Martin, cannot get that serve over the net. Now it's a 2-1, or 2-2 rather, advantage. Anna Stevenson now to serve for the Royals. Just going over the net, picked up on the backside, 50-50 ball pushed away. Armin Newby coming in, number 14, Robin Moyer. Great jump there, up in the middle. 3-2 as the Royals are back on top.
Yeah, she couldn't control the bump hard enough and it went over the net.
Up on the attack and no one there to get it as it went right through the block. Up on the attack it was Heidi Dyer. So now notched up here at 3 apiece. Let's see here what the Warriors can do as Marissa Ramsey out to serve. And that'll be a bullet right into the arms of Tessa Oakes. Could not control it there. Service ace. Give that credit to Saddleback Valley.
Ramsey with a very strong serve.
Up and over now. Bobbled around and yet again some miscommunication. That forces the ball to hit the ground. 5-3 with the Warriors now increasing their lead, trying to muster up more of a rally here. Juggled around now into the Warrior zone. Set and attack. How about that? Bump, set, and spike. Go the Warriors. Jalen Green out on the attack as they double it now to 6-3.
Yeah, she did that outside hit. Got a great set, but you could just see her extension and range when she did that hit.
And all of a sudden, you see the Warriors' momentum really boost on up as Saddleback Valley, 3 out of 4 points here on this alone have been coming off of service aces here, Gene. Jumps and fires. And how about that? 5 of 6. I'm sorry, 4 of 5 rather, which will force head coach Terry James to talk things over. We'll keep it right here, an 8-3 ball game. Back and forth to start up this matchup, but the Warriors here, they've got a bunch of service aces to stand out with.
Yeah, for the exception of that first point, where we had a very good rally, a very long rally. After that, pretty much, it's been point for the Warriors of Saddleback Valley Christian, and they're taking right now a commanding 8-3 lead. So, with them ahead like that, forced Woodward's Christian to take their timeout. They get 2. This would be the first of 2, and a very important timeout. As Coach James will try to regroup here and get their team focused on what they need to try to stop the momentum that the Saddleback Valley Christian is building right now.
Yeah, just like you said here, Gene, it's pretty important to see how this kind of forms out right now. Obviously, this timeout is to kind of calm things down and calm down the nerves. But now with how Woodcrest Christian is kind of giving up some free points, especially off the service aces. See the bullet there shot up on the backside, and all of a sudden, You just see the towering herd of the Warriors. Current that block to Jalen Green. They're on the play, 9-3. They're not letting back.
No, they're not. And Green really got up on that block. Was able to put that ball back down.
Up and over the net now. Juggled around as it's going to be hit with force. But here come the Warriors. Bobbled around and a double touch and a net violation, rather. That'll be called up against Robin Moyer. It's now a 10-3 advantage.
And since Ramsey started serving, she's gotten about 6 consecutive points on her serves.
Up and over now. Juggled around. Quick push off on the set. Now will be nicked away up on the backside. Here's the set, and now the attack. And a great job by the Warriors up on the attack. That block curled over and out of bounds. 11-3 is our score.
The Platter did a great block on that. She got up, got the angle, and made that block possible. Big block for Christian, Woodbridge Christian.
Ball is now overshot. It's now a 12-3 ball game. High serve, and they're hitting him on target here, Gene, the way that they've been playing here so far. Here's the set, and now the attack up in the corner. And it'll be another net violation called.
Heidi Dreyer with the hit on that one, and it was a back set by her teammate that set her up.
Now a 13-3 ball game now. Here they go with the bump off. Trying to set things on over. 50-50 ball, and finally, Woodcrest Christian's rally ends, but that comes in on the air.
Yeah, Jalen Green, she tried to punch that ball over since it was too close to the net, but she wasn't able to do so.
There they go, up on the set, and now the attack coming up on the backside, and dived around. Oh, does it stay on the ground? It does somehow. Ooh, what a beautiful dig. Brianna Hood comes on in and saves the ball from off on the ground. It's now a 14 to what looks to be 14 now to 5 ball game, so to speak.
I think they're saying the ball hit the ground, man. They're saying the ball hit the ground, so they gave the point to Saddleback Valley.
That's what it looked like to be, so they're going to give them that credit. There you go with the pump off up on the backside. Saddleback Valley Christian now ready to go to the set and the attack. And now here comes Woodcrest Christian on the toss-up, and it hits the ground. Anna Stevenson, give her credit on the play.
Yeah, her kill hit the net, which kind of threw off the Warriors. They were getting prepared in their angles for the kill, but the net stopped it.
A rally now here for Woodcrest Christian. It's now a 14-6 ball game.
But they needed it. They really needed that little rally that they're getting because Saddleback Valley was just making a good run.
And how about that way to end up that rally there, as up on the attack was number 12, Jamie O'Brien on the play. Jalen Green now ready to go for the Warriors. Up and now over. Bobbled around, set. Attack a coming, block made, back into the Royal zone. Here they go, up on the set. And the attack made right to the ground. It goes. Heidi Dreyer there with the kill.
With authority.
Oh,
she
yes.
Came in with that outside hit. Great back set. And she led her teammate very well right into her hip.
You know, Gene, every time I see a kill like that, I just cringe with fear. Nothing?
You cringe a lot more than just that hit like that.
Woodcrest Christian attack made. How about that? Beautiful play. Lauren Wells fought to that corner. 16-7 now is our score.
And Woodbridge Christian really needs to start putting some bunches together as Saddleback's already at 16.
They need a rally, and they need it quick. On the serve, here's Jane No. Set an attack way deep on the far side, but a dive save up along the back area. Here is Wells. Block made, dug it around, and give that credit on the block to Francisca Valentine on the play. So it's now a 17-7 ball game. You're already seeing this first game right now, Gene. And there's definitely a lot to talk about, especially with Saddleback Valley. Little, tiny, sluggish start, but they've really picked up with authority here. Here's Wells on the play, and yet another block.
That one by Shannon Garrity.
Look at the height on this team, and you got Shannon Garrity, who stands at 6'4", Heidi Dyer standing at 6'2", Justice Whitney, and then Lily Dyer, 5'10", respectively. They're a tall team, and they are very athletic. Up and over. Saddleback Valley, a small tip. Dive safe up on the backside by Brianna Hood. Just going over. Oh, up and over. A 50-50 ball that stays along the net. And Woodcrest Christian will get that point. 18-8, though, is our score.
Yeah, I think that was a miss hit by Dreyer. She tried to angle it going parallel to the net and wasn't able to do so.
Tossed on over now. Here's the set and the attack coming right into the ground. It goes. The hit made there by Heidi Dyer. Up and over the net now. Here they go. The set attack up on the backside as that's going to be juggled around. Small little tip around, and I think a miscue there that happened by Shannon Garrity.
Yeah, Lily Dreyer tried to set that. There was a, I guess, like you said, miscommunication between the hitter and the outside hitter.
Up and over. Picked up by the libero on the backside. Here they go. The Warriors cannot find a way. Jalen Green a bit short on that one.
She may have done that kill just a little too deep in the back line.
Ready to go now as Lauren Wells tosses this one over. Early hit, and now the attack that goes well over and out of bounds. Lily Dyer, unsure as if she really needed to make that kind of play. But either way, it's now 19-11. Woodcrest Christian trying to fight for something, and they got to do so quickly. Here's Dyer yet again, but a whistle and a penalty, or rather a net violation that's called against the Royals. 20 now to 11.
And that was a good hit by Lily Dreyer. She really got up there and hit that butt. You had a net violation caused by the Royals, which gives a point to the Warriors.
Tossed on over. Backside. Up on the set, and now the attack. Ooh, what a play there. Tessa Oates somehow found a way to get the backside. 20-12 now.
She hit that really hard, too. She hit that really powerful. She came in from that outside, that far side, and she made a good angle and a good hit.
And that's kind of hard to do, especially when you're trying to aim for the ball, too, especially when you have such little room on the back corner. Play made, and there it goes yet again. Shannon Gary. 21-12 now.
Shannon makes that look so easy, man. I mean, doesn't look like, not much effort went into that, and she hits it with authority.
And now another timeout called here by Woodcrest Christian. It's kind of more of a bit of a breather. I think in this first game, this will kind of give Woodcrest Christian to see what Saddleback Valley Christian really is like. And there's a reason why, Gene, this team has yet to lose a set in this entire playoff bracket.
Well, you can tell. I mean, you mentioned the 6'4", 6'2", the Twin Towers there in the middle, and that's really hard to try to get a kill in when you got people going up to block like that. So it's good. I mean, Woodcrest Christian really got to work it out when they're going up against two big girls like that. On the other hand, we've seen a pattern here in the previous two games before this one here, where one team has got off to a sluggish start, but then somehow in the games after that, they've gone ahead and went ahead and made things different.
But you look at this game here right now, Gene, and with the way that Saddleback Valley is playing, it's going to be hard to say if they're going to be letting up. I mean, we've seen these other teams, they match up stat for stat. This time around, I think this might be a little bit tougher to say. Here come the Royals now, tossed over. And that goes just over and out of bounds. 22-12, now 3 points to go to take over game number one. On to serve, Marissa Ramsey, backside, set, attack. Can't get that there. Here we go, up on the near side, it is Jalen Green who gets the point. 2 down to win set one. Green here yet again to serve. Dive save on the dig, juggled around back into the Warriors zone. Here's your set. Fundamental it is, but Jalen Green can't get that point on the second chance, and how about that beauty? Tessa Oaks on the kill.
You know, that's the second one she's done from approximately the same spot and gotten the same result. She really has that outside hit coming. She does it really well.
Got to read where the feet are moving around on all cylinders. Bump, set, and a block made up on the front by Robin Moyer. Here they go as it's tossed around now. Woodcrest Christian can cut it down to 9 with the arm, but they cannot find the ground there. Near side, bump out, dive save by the libero and Anna Stevenson. But then again on the other end on the dig, Woodcrest Christian still fighting for something. Moyer will bump it back over. On the set up the middle, and the attack made. Byer can't get it there. Far side, third chance, Tessa Oaks can't follow through. Other end, 50-50, block made, but Robin Moyer just a little short on that one.
Dyer with the hit on that one, but what a save by Saddleback Valley on that hit. I thought that ball hit the ground. I thought it hit the ground, but no, it was just that difference of her hand or fist that made that ball stay alive.
You saw a lot of them on Woodcrest Christian start to celebrate, but once the movements start to happen, or still continue rather, then they had to keep playing out. Now game point here. Here's the attack. Onto the corner. Is it tipped? Yes, it was. There's the attack by Tessa Oaks on the play. 24-14. How about a 10-point rally, Gene?
Well, that's what they need, at least 10 to force a 2-point win.
Tessa Oaks now on the serve. Way deep on the backside. Set to close things out. The soft touch. And now here come the Royals to put it back over. Up in the middle, attack near side. High save by Stevenson. Right place, right time. Moyer. High spike. But now here come the Warriors with their opportunity. Bumped away on the set. Back up the middle. Can't get that there. Here's your set. To close it out again. Though it was Heidi Dyer.
Heidi Dyer tried to come in again. She had a kill earlier in this rally from that same spot, but this time the set was just a little too far toward the net.
Yeah, couldn't get it around the stick. So it's now a 9-point advantage, and they're still trying to find a way to close it out, but you see Woodcrest Christian, they're not letting up. That should have gone out, though. Making that judgment. Dyer dive save. Stevenson. Push back up, backside. Set up the middle. Soft touch, and that will do it. Last point there scored by Jalen Green. And the Warriors close it out 25-15. Great first set by Saddleback Valley Christian. You can just see they're going left and right in all directions here.
Well, they had some great rallies, and the one thing that you can really see is when the Woodcrest Christian Royals, when they're attacking, you could just see the Warriors running around trying to get in position, not just to protect the kill, but if it's a block, you have people around the blockers to pick up whatever direction the ball comes off. And that's something that you got to really teach and emphasize in practices. And obviously, Coach Stratton has really done that, because these athletes are right there just in case the ball goes any direction off that block. They're there to pick it up and keep it alive. And you could just see that they're really well coached.
So we'll take a quick timeout right here. A 25-15 first set victory here in game number 1 of the 3A rather, Southern Section final. Southern Section and Volleyball Championship covered right here on the NFHS Network, where we are high school.
In your hometown or across the country, your subscription to the NFHS Network gets you unlimited access to thousands of live and demand games. The NFHSnetwork.com is your home for the most comprehensive coverage of high school sports. The NFHS Network, we are high school.
So it is a 25-15 first match, or first set game, as really if you look at Saddleback Valley Christian, the way that they're playing here, They are a very solid and fluid team. I mean, that first set, they had a really a little sluggish start to begin with, going up, back and forth, but all of a sudden, that big rally on the sets, and then really taking command the rest of the way. They were at least able to close out Woodcrest Christian with brute fashion. And with that, even though Woodcrest Christian was able to find a way to at least get something out of it there, that small little rally at the end was just not enough. You look at now match number 2 here between these two squads, and right now you can just tell as if Saddleback Valley, again, showing the reasons why they have yet to lose anything. Not even a single set in this match. In fact, no team has come close. No team has reached 20 points. Actually, one team did, as a matter of fact, La Sierra did. That came in last week. But most of these matches you see 25-9, 25-7, 25-11, 25-16, 25-6. I mean, they know how to at least kind of start and finish with authority.
Yeah, they do, and you can see that in their play, how they're all around the ball as a team. They're all really working together, and it's just a very hard statistic to know that they have not lost a set. But you look at them playing, and if you haven't seen them play, and you see the way they're playing here, you can understand why they are dominant and they're the defending champions.
So the Warriors here will set up now from the left side, whereas the Warriors will be now on the right. Warriors, though, will take the ball here to start off set number 2. Heidi Dyer here will toss it over. Ready to go. Here's your set. And attacker coming. Backside on the save. Here's your push off there by Jalen Green, as that's bobbled around, and Green give her credit for the kill.
Well, you just like the way they all are at the net. They're all hanging at the net looking for that 50-50 ball to see which way it's going to go.
Here they go, as up on the dive. Here's your set. And, oh, never mind. It's going to be a double touch. That's going to be called against Brianna Hood. Again, on the double touch. When you go for the set, the referee does notice when the ball is pushed off. You want to see it die in the air. You want to see it spun around, which forces up that double touch. Here's your set and attack. A great play up on the corner. Give that credit to Tessa Oakes on the play.
Basically, it's also the rotation. If the ball comes out with a side spin on it, then you can know that it was a double hit.
Up and over the net now. Here come the Warriors. Fundamentalist, it seems, but a dive save there by Anna Stevenson. Miscommunication right between Brianna Hood and Stevenson, thinking as if either or would have gotten it. But they both let that go, and with that, it becomes a point now for the Warriors. 3-1 is our score. Head up and over the net now. Juggled around. Bump. And the push back into the backside. O'Brien will pick it up. Set. And off the hands of Stevenson they go. The kill to Shannon Carey. 4-1 is our score.
And that ball was viciously hit. That ball was just like a line drive and nicked the outside line.
Dive made, but there's nothing doing there as Sydney Martin there on the serve. That was a line drive that just kind of curled all the way down. Ready to go now as it's going to be up and over. Here's your set. Near side Oakes, and that found a lot of space in the corner. 5-2 as WOODCREST Christian will take it on the side out here.
And Tessa Oakes coming again from an outside hitter. She comes in with that angle like that. She did that in game 1 as well. Had a couple of kills. You can see that she comes in like that. She's very dominant as an outside hitter.
Here we go on the attack, and there is Tessa Oakes yet again. She is definitely a force to be reckoned with Eugene. If they want a chance at least to win this game, she's got to play a big part of it.
And she's showing that she can do it, but her teammates got to get her a very good set.
On the attack there, it is Shannon Garrity who finds the floor. 6-3 as now the lead is back to double. We're Ramsey now to serve for Saddleback Valley Christian. Kicks in, fires. Ready to go up here on the set. The attack now coming. Oakes. Great job there by Tessa Oakes. So give her credit on the kill. 6-4.
And Ramsey came in just for the serving part of it because in game one, she ran about 5 or 6 points on the serves.
Heidi on the set, the attack, but a beautiful block, Tessa Oaks. She has proven she is the anchor of this team here so far, at least hanging on to some dear life here in the second game.
Well, her net play is really strong. She had that outside kills, and now she did a great block.
Heidi on the set. Here's the attack by Lily Dyer. A chance to tie it up now, but some miscommunication. That ends up a point for the Warriors. That would have been a great chance. It was beautifully set, but no one there to retrieve it.
And that's the second time that Woodward Tristan has had some miscommunications in this game alone, where they've had some great digs off the serve, but they don't have the communication after.
Jamie O'Brien will hit this one over. Here's your attack. It's Oaks on the play. But now the Warriors here will regain control. Jalen Green, block made, back into the Warriors zone. 50-50 ball pushed back in. Warriors with a third opportunity. It's Jalen Green. Soft touch. Dive save. On the opportunity, picked up on the backside by Caitlin O'Brien. Another 50-50 ball, but a net violation credited against the Warriors. 7-6 is our score.
And the Royals have closed the gap, got it down to 1. Let's see what they can do to possibly tie this match.
Let's see what they can do with Tessa Oaks. Out to serve. Just up and over, and a line drive. That hits the ground, tied up now at 7 apiece.
And there's nothing you can do with that serve, or is it? That thing was just a dive as soon as it went over the net.
Oaks on the serve. Here's your set. The attack made by Heidi Dyer, and that's going to be just enough as it went over the block. It's now an 8-7 ball game.
Nice placement by Dyer. Everybody came and collapsed on where she was on the far outside, and she just tapped it over to the near side.
Jalen Green now back to serve here for the Warriors. The Warriors now laying a little bit of defense. A small little floater by Lauren Wells, who didn't read the net very well. We get another point here for Saddleback Valley Christian. 9-7 is our score.
Trying to be a little too fine, Manny. Started hitting that ball with a little bit of power. She tried to pinpoint it between the blocker and the net.
Kicks and fires now. Here we go, the attack. But a beautiful block that goes into the stands. Give that credit to Heidi Dyer on the play.
And what was a 1 point now is a 3-point lead for Saddleback Valley.
Well, things are definitely going their way, especially with that big rally that they got in the first set. They're looking for a way to match it up here. Dive save up on the backside. A tip off by Dyer that goes out of bounds, just up and over. So give the point to Woodcrest Christian.
And the Warriors really don't make that many errors like that. It's really uncharacteristic of them to do something like a long hit like that. Most of their hits are pretty much on target.
Ball tossed over now by Jane No, who's coming in for the serve. Put back over. No with the backhand save. No, we'll bump it back. And now here come the Warriors. Bump, set, and spike. They go. Heidi Dyer with the kill.
Heidi Dyer, 6'2", senior. I mean, she's just making this look easy as she's getting great sets right at the net, right in one motion where she can just hammer that ball down.
Kaylin O'Brien here, the libero on the serve. Woodcrest Christian looking for something as Oaks cannot find the play. Bump back over on a moderate spike. Second chance now for Wells. That one will find the ground. 11-9 now is our score. Coming back into the game, McKenna Prater now for Woodcrest Christian.
And like that pattern I mentioned earlier, you know, the first game, one team seems to get to a sluggish start, and was what Woodcrest was doing earlier. Now seem to get a little better as this second game goes on.
Soft touch there by Shannon Garrity. That finds the floor. 12-9. Yet to be at least impressed by Woodcrest Christian. Big difference compared to the first game. They finally figured out their niche. Though they're still behind, they're at least kind of hanging around.
Exactly, and that's what I was referring to. It was a little slow start, but they picked up their game tremendously here in game 2.
On the attack now, but just up and over as Lauren Wells cannot find its way in. So now it's back to a 4-point lead. Here we go, jumps over, and there it is. Heidi Dyer with the service ace.
That's a dagger serve. There's nothing you can do with that serve, but just pick it up and roll it back to the other side.
Dyer trying to make it 15-9 on this serve alone. Can she? Oh, great dive save on the backside by the libero and Stevenson. Stevenson will bump it back over. Here's your set by Dyer. Here's your spike. Now WOODCREST Christian will have its chance. Soft touch, backside. Dyer to Shannon Garrity. 15-9, 6-point lead, and a timeout called by WOODCREST Christian. Ready to go here now as WOODCREST Christian, at least a decent start, but now all of a sudden they're starting to lose its stride.
Well, when you have Dyer at 6'2", making it look easy, and then when she's not involved, you have Garrity, the 6'4", doing it. It's just very hard for WOODCREST Christian to compete against that when you have two big people like that at the net, and you're trying to get your kills through that block. Or on the other hand, when they're killing it, they have just that extension, and with their arm, they really bring that ball down in a downward motion. And it's really hard to get that ball back up and with control as well, because with the authority that they use when they hammer that ball, they seem to do it very hard. And it's very hard. It's very hard to control that on a dig like that. And then you basically have to react to where the ball goes when it's out of control. So we'll see what happens here after the timeout. The first timeout, they're allowed to, and Coach James takes this timeout here to regroup as they find themselves right now down by 6 in the second game.
Heidi Dyer now back to serve. Set, and the push back up on the other side now. Here is Lily Dyer, block made, back into the Warrior zone. Heidi will push it over. Smart move there, Gene, as Heidi Dyer thought as if she had some room on the far side to set up the attack, but instead there was a big hole in the middle.
Yeah, the blockers came up, and the back row didn't step up, and they left that gap in between.
So now a 16-9 ball game. And taking a play out of their own book. There is Brianna Hood there to copy what was before.
Pretty much you can do it, so can I, so to speak.
16-10. On top now by 6. Tossed away. Here they go up on the set, and the block made as it's going to be juggled around. Up and over now. Here's your set. And up on the near side as they're going to give a point as Lily Dyer forced the net violation. 17-10 now is our score.
She was in good position for the block, but she just made contact with the net.
To serve now is Sydney Martin here for Saddleback Valley Christian. On the attack now is Tessa Oakes, who cannot find the inbound line.
A little too long. Oakes was a little too long with that. And now Saddleback Valley has increased their lead by 8.
Yeah, after that first time out, I don't think WOODCREST Christian has much in the tank here. They hung around as long as they could, but they're going to have to ask a lot for this team, and especially for Tessa Oakes, as yet another attack there by Lily Dyer.
But when, Manny, the thing is about Saddleback Valley, when you've got that many weapons up top at the net, you're at a defensive mode. If you're WOODCREST Christian, you're just looking to try to where the kill's coming from, and so your back row backs up and prepares, your front row moves up for the block, and it leaves a little seam, and even when that, Saddleback capitalizes by just pushing it over.
Here's the hit there by Anna Stevenson, who cannot keep that serve in bounds. 19-12 ball game here. Into serve now here, Marissa Ramsey. Ramsey will toss this one over. And that one's going to go way up and out of bounds. 20-12 now with 5 points to go. And yet another timeout here called by WOODCREST Christian. And right now you can just tell that things are not falling into place now. They try to hang around as long as we could, as you mentioned earlier, but right now for Saddleback Valley Christian, they are way too much to handle.
And they made a correction on the score. It was 21-11, and they updated it, so Hopefully that's what we've got on the screen. 21-11 in favor of Saddleback Valley. But timeout again by Coach Gaines as all she can do is basically just tell her athletes that, you know, guys, or I should say girls, you know, just do what the best you can. That's all you can ask for. I mean, I believe down deep inside she knows she's overmatched, but you got to try to represent and do as hard as you can no matter what, and see what maybe you can do to force yourself to get back into this game. But right now down by 10 and only 4 more points, looks like Saddleback Valley Christian is going to go ahead and go up 2-0 here real quickly.
And remember, last year the Warriors won the title last year and got as far as the semifinals in the state tournament. So they know, they have experience, and it's much more recent. The attack by Oaks. And that timeout here proved to be worthy as Tessa Oaks got some of that energy back. It's now a 21-12 ball game.
But you got to love the effort by Heidi Dreyer, just laying herself out like that, trying to save after the block.
Here they go, Heidi. Back on the block into the Warrior zone. Here's your attack by Jalen Green, and now the Warriors will get a third opportunity. It is Lily Dyer. Can't get that one there. Ball bounced up, a short one, back into the Warrior zone. Heidi back over to Jalen Green. On top of it, though, are the Royals. Here's Oaks on the play. Dive saved by Heidi Dyer on the backside. Here is Jalen Green, who sees her hit go out of bounds. 21-13 now.
But when Woodbridge Christian makes a kill like that and Saddleback goes up for the block, look at all the players around the blockers that are there to pick up the loose ball and control the hit. And that is amazing how they can do that. And they got all areas covered. They got the rear, they got the side, they got the other side, opposite side covered. So anywhere that ball comes off that block, somebody's there to pick it up and keep it alive.
Here on to serve now, it'll be Jamie O'Brien. A 5'10 senior middle block. Jumps and fires. Backside. Here they go. The set. On the near side, it's Oaks on the attack, but a great play up on the backside. It is Jalen Green there on the attack. The Royals on top of that one. Oaks, soft touch, dive, save in the back. 50-50 ball back into the Warriors zone. Juggle around and correction the Royals zone, and the Warriors will get the point. 2 more to go.
And Sydney Martin did a great dive on that hit. She just threw her arm up and was able to keep it alive.
23-13, the Warriors trying to wrap things up here in set number 2. The attack by Oaks, backside. Can't get that one there. Heidi. Back over to O'Brien. A push back by Stevenson. Here's your set. Oaks, can she find it? Bobbled around on the block and hits into the floor on the Warriors side. 23-14.
And that time, there wasn't somebody there to pick up after the block. They've had that usually covered. Surprising Saddleback wasn't in the right position.
Tossed on over. Here come the Warriors now. Up close by. Dive save by Oaks. Bump back over in the Warriors zone now. Here they go.
That ball might have been out.
Could have been, should have been, but instead, either way, Gene, they're going to get the point.
Yeah, that was, again, no communication by her back peers to let her know that the ball was going to go out of bounds. She played it, but fortunately for Saddleback, they still got the point.
Jalen Green now for Saddleback Valley Christian will serve up for set point. Up and over. Stevenson there on the dig. Hit on over now to the Warrior zone. Here's your set. For set point. And that's Heidi Dyer to wrap it up 25-14. They're making this look oh so easy against Woodcrest Christian.
Yeah, I mean, it's just overwhelming the talent that they have, and that they're making it look so simple that Saddleback Valley is really showing with the 2 towers in the top. And then, like I said, after the blocks, they're all in position to make the right cleanup. So they're able to pick up the mess from there, and that's what they're doing very well.
All right, fans, a 2-0 Saddleback Valley Christian lead. You're watching exclusive coverage of Southern Section and CAF Division 3A Volleyball Championships right here on the NFHS Network, where we are high school fans. Join the conversation. The NFHS Network is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, giving you access to the best in high school sports every week. Follow the NFHS Network on your favorite social media sites to keep up with all the high school action on the NFHS Network. Hashtag where we are high school. 2-0 here is our set score here between Saddleback Valley Christian and Woodcrest Christian. One team, again, who has proven as if, well, they're going to be the team to beat the other one. Don't say they want to say they're happy to be here, but they're trying to at least all their might right now. But one is just way too much more than the other.
And Woodcrest Christian, Manny, if they're not able to prevail and come back and win 3 in a row here, which I really see it very doubtful because of the talent that Saddleback Valley has. But it is possible. But if they're not able to do so, to be a runner-up in the Division 3A championship is nothing to be ashamed about. And the fact that in the process in this tournament, they knocked off the number 2 and number 3 seed to get here today to play the number 1 seed. If you lose to the number 1 seed, you got nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, the odds are against you going in. You just confirmed what everybody probably thought was going to happen. But you could still have that upset opportunity, and that's what they're banking on, and I'm sure that's what Coach James is preaching right now in between this game.
And that's the thing, too, just like you actually kind of hit it near perfectly. Yeah, you're saying, well, for a change, right?
Of course. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, that's my criteria, right?
Well, that's why I picked you as my color guy, right?
And that's a right choice you're making. You're getting on the right path.
So glad that things are finally going right for me, team. My goodness.
Took 2 years.
But in any case, like we said before, with the way that Woodcrest Christian has been playing all season long, like you were saying, yeah, there's been a lot of schools that have played the number 1 seed. But I think to do so in the finals, especially what they've done before, that's a pretty big deal. They even have a chance to play a state tournament or for a state title starting next week.
I've had one opportunity in my coaching career to play a number 1 seed in the championship in baseball at Anaheim Stadium, and I did come up short. But I'll tell you something, just the fact to get to that point is just an amazing atmosphere and an amazing accomplishment for the team that I had at that time. And the parents, I mean, I was talking to the parents after we lost, and the parents were just, I mean, it's like the game was never played. They were just happy to be there and witness their son play in a championship game. And even though we were runner-up, it doesn't matter. The fact that you went through this tournament and you got as far as you did, and the whole wear and tear of a regular league and season as well is something to be commended about. So these girls, both teams, are to be commended to get to this point.
I mean, look at the stands here, Gene. You have so many supporters on both sides, but especially for Woodcrest Christian, who we're sitting with right now. And there's definitely a lot of enthusiasm and, very happy and very enthusiastic, just proud to say that they are one with this team.
Oh yeah, and like I said, when you get to this level, when you get to the season, this is the point where everybody wants to get to when you start your season. And to get here, to make that accomplishment, to take that journey, that road that it took both teams to get here, is itself a statement. And then the support by the fans, the family, the friends, the supporters, the alumni, even faculty that are here representing their schools. I mean, it's just something that what makes CIF so strong, and their way that they get the support from all the small schools, big schools. So, hats off to everybody that puts all this together, because it's not an easy job to run a tournament like they do here.
Woodcrest Christian here will serve to start up set number 3, and that's going to be tossed up by Brianna Hood. Here's your set and attack to start things off, and Saddleback Valley Christian's Heidi Tyer will get things going.
And it's just right where they left off in games 2 and in game 1. Quick attack, get it to the outside hitter, get him a decent set, and there's the point for Saddleback Valley.
Pushed off the backside. Here we go. Set and attack, a small little bump off. And now Heidi Dyer, the toss over, backside dive, saved by Stevenson. Back now into the Warrior zone. Here is Green. Set and attack. Stevenson yet again has been the woman of this point here so far. Heidi Dyer. Far side, a soft touch that just finds the floor.
I tell you, Anna Stevenson is doing a number in that back line, saving a lot of kills for her team. She hasn't just done it in this game, she's done it in the previous 2 games as well. She is playing a heck of a game for her team.
2-0 is her score. Heidi Dyer up and over on the serve. The set attack near the middle, soft touch, but a great dive save on the backside. Here comes Woodcrest Christian now. Here's your opportunity by Tessa Oakes. Backside save by Caitlin O'Brien. Bump off back into the Royal zone. Soft touch. And that does not. What a dig there by Jalen Green. Now into the Warriors zone, set an attack. Stevenson there on the ball, 50-50, back into the Warriors area. Now here come the Royals again. Stevenson will hit this one back, dive, save, back into the Royal area. Come on, there it is. Lauren Wells with the attack.
What a rally. There was some question on O'Brien. It's her dig or save that it hit the floor, and a lot of the fans here from Woodbridge Christian thought it did, but what a save she made.
And well, I'm happy for them. They definitely got their much-needed, hard-fought point, but that's all taken away as Shannon Garrity goes in for the kill.
And when you got a middle blocker at 6'4" like that, and she's a junior, she's just dominating the middle of that net. And then when you also have her teammate at 6'4" with Garrity, it's just really hard to break that block.
Stevenson will have to hit it on over as Woodcrest right now trying to at least hang on to something. And the dive by Stevenson from the attack by Jalen Green, not going to go. 4-1 is our score.
And even when it doesn't get to the big girls up at the net, the outside hitter, whoever's at that point in the rally, does a great job of making a good kill shot.
With the chance, here's the attack block made. Back into the Royal zone, tipped around as that goes out of bounds. 5-1, the Warriors here lead it. And set number 3 looking to pull off the playoff sweep.
You know, with Garrity and Dyer up there going for the block, if I'm going to make a hit, I'm just going to go ahead and push it over, because if I'm going to try to kill between those blocks, it's coming right back at me.
6-1 here as you see that lead, a bump up hit after hit. That's going to be all erased on that rally as that serve by Sydney Martin goes right into the net.
And like we said, unforced errors, that they don't make too many, but there was one there, and maybe it's something that the Royals can use to make a run here and get back into this contest.
Dyer has to go for the dive, but nothing doing there as Anna Stevenson comes in for the service ace. Lead now shrunk down to 3. Kicks and fires now. Backside, 50-50. Royals now up and now in control. Here's your set. Here's the attack by Sydney, but the block made. Near side, McKenna Prater. 6-4.
Prater and Moyer both went up together side by side and got that wall of extension and wasn't able to let that kill come through. Good point for the Royals.
A bullet on the far side, Heidi. Up to Sydney, who cannot find the net. Correction, Jalen Green rather, there on the attack. 6-5 now is our score. Stevenson trying to muster up a chance to tie it up.
And Green, that was Green's second consecutive kill. What do you think that block did to her a little bit, trying to get her to alter her hit? And then she came up short, hit in the net.
Shannon Garrity trying to go in for the attack, but it goes over up on the near side.
So a nice little run here by Woodcrest to get themselves even.
Tied up at 6 now. Another strike. Heidi, attack. Garrity cannot get it here. A chance to take the lead. Juggled around, but the Warriors in control. Oh, maybe, just maybe could have gone out. Here's your attack by Oaks. Dive save, but wait a second. Oh, a net violation called against Woodcrest Christian.
And here comes Ramsey again, because it must be a serving situation. And there she goes. She has that killer serve. She's racked up some points when she's serving. Let's see if that substitution pays off good again, Coach Stratton.
On the bump off, here's your set. Oh, come on. Oh, backside. Here come the Warriors now with an opportunity. Dive saved by Stevenson there on the dig. Oaks will have to hit it right back over into the Warrior zone now. Heidi on the set. The attack on the push-off. Can't get that there. The set now. Oaks with a third chance. Backside hit. Heidi will push it back over to the Warrior area. Now here comes Oaks with attempt number 4, but that one goes well out of bounds.
You know, and sometimes when you see a little pattern or a little groove, you know, you don't change it until you don't change anything until it breaks, right? Well, Ramsey is again doing serving and getting points for her team.
Ready to go up on the attack now. Hit made on the backside. A chance now to make it 9-6, but the Royals will have to try to find something here. Warriors now with their third chance. Hit away. Juggled now as it's going to be bumped around here, back and forth. Heidi on the set. Attack made short, but it's going to come in, out of bounds off the net. As Francisca Valentin, the 5A middle block, could not find its way down.
It looked like it was touch or tip, but it hit the net. That's what made it change its direction.
McKenna Prater now to serve. Backside picked up by the libero. And O'Brien. Attack made. Dive save by Stevenson. Here's Moyer. Back into the Warrior zone. Heidi. Small set. Big attack. Juggled around as Moyer will push it back into the Warrior zone now. Third chance. Nicked around as that one will go out of bounds off the arms of McKenna Prater. 9-7.
And Jalen Green, the outside hitter on this left side, on the near side, that's her spot. She's been very effective for the Warriors as she comes in as that outside hitter on this side. There's been a couple of times she had to change her hit, but for the most part, she's gotten some points for the Warriors.
Jamie O'Brien here out to serve. Here's your set attack. Here's Oaks on the play. Oh my. That caught Jamie O'Brien off guard.
Yeah, basically she just played defense and caught the ball because that's all she could have done. There was nothing she could do. That ball was really killed by the Royals.
9-8 is our score. The bump up the middle. Heidi trying to go for the attack, and that's going to be into the stands in Section 1, Row E. Unfortunately, you can't keep it. We only have 3 balls.
That's unfortunate because, man, souvenirs be going out of here a mile a minute.
Well, this ain't arena football. This isn't baseball, Gene.
Oh, well, then I better get the ticket says at your own risk. You know.
Here's your attack by Lauren Wells. Juggling around back in the Warrior zone, though. Bump off made by O'Brien. Now here come the Warriors with an opportunity. Stevenson will hit it way up and out of bounds. 11-8 is our score, and this is how the wheels came off the first 2 games for Woodcrest Christian.
It was about this point of the game, too, where they made their run, but there's an unforced error by Saddleback that'll give the point to Woodcrest, and now let's see if they can capitalize and put a little bunch together and get back. They're only down by 2.
Jane No here on to serve. Kicks and fires down. Here's your set and attack. Heidi with a soft touch. And oh my! How about that? What a great play to put it back into the Warrior zone. Heidi now with the soft touch that hits the floor. 12-9 now is the lead for Saddleback Valley.
And it's one of those things where you see a big person running up to the net, a 6'2", 6'4", running up to kill something. So you go up there thinking that you're going to have to block it, and then she just taps it over your outstretched arms, and there's nothing you can do.
Up and over now. Here they go up on the attack. Here's your chance by Lauren Wells. A dive save that goes into the stands and out of bounds. Caitlin O'Brien could not muster up a dive save. 12-10 now is the score.
But you got to love the effort by O'Brien, diving, sacrificing herself to try to keep that ball alive. Just couldn't control it.
2-point lead now for the Warriors that they've been going back and forth since midway through. But on the other end, it's Heidi Tyer on the play. 13-10.
And the thing that Woodcrest Christian can't do is keep exchanging points like this. They need to put a run together, or they're just basically going to find themselves coming up short.
Here goes the Warriors now as they'll go in on the dive save from O'Brien. The push back by Jalen Green. With an opportunity now, the set and the attack way deep, but a push off there by O'Brien up in the middle. Push back into the Warriors zone. Now the Royals have to control it here. Here's your chance. It's Lauren Wells. Lauren Wells, she will get the kill. 13-11 now is the score.
Great effort by the Warriors to try to save that, but Wells just outside came in from that far side and put a hammer down and got the point for Woodcrest.
Here is Hood yet again on the serve. Heidi on the set, the attack. Way deep into the corner. It was Shannon Garrity on the play.
You know, and it's something like that, man. It's a quick set, so there's not much hang time for the ball. So it's a quick hit by the hitter, and she does it so quickly. It's a straight directory right to the line. There's no arch, and it doesn't give the defense time to try to save it.
Here's Oaks on the play, and that'll be a force to be reckoned with right off the hands of Jalen Green on the play. 14-12. They're hanging around here, Gene. They're not letting back now.
No, they realize that their backs are against the wall, and they have to make some type of run here if they want to extend it to a game 4.
Anna Stevenson now on the serve, the set and the bump around. And now here come the Royals with a chance, but it's going to be a soft touch and control now. Block made, that goes out of bounds. Right off the kill from Lily Tyer. 15-12 now.
Interesting. Both teams haven't used a timeout, and we're just close to. There we go. Just called the timeout. So timeout called by Woodcrest Christian here, with trailing by 3 in this game 3.
Now it's obviously, when you look at the way that this game has been shaping up, 15-12 right now is our score. You have to wonder now how much more Woodcrest Christian needs to do to come on back. They're doing what they're doing now. Now it's at this point, if they want to go to game 4, to get over that hump.
And I think that's why Coach James took that timeout. A good analysis, Manny, because you can't afford the Warriors to increase that lead at this point. You got to keep them under 20 to give yourself a chance. And being that they have 15 now, you really got to make a run here and either catch them or pass them, so that psychologically it could maybe change the way that Saddleback will play, knowing that they're trailing, which is probably something they haven't experienced. Well, I know they haven't experienced that much during this tournament, this far into a match. Maybe they lose one, they trailed at the outset 1 or 2-0, but midway through a game, to find themselves down would maybe be a new experience for them and could put a little pressure on them.
And that's what they're trying to do here. Like we said, not one team has gone as close as 20 points, and that came just last match against La Sierra versus Saddleback Valley Christian. Back to serve here, Marissa Ramsey. Just up and over on the top of the net. Here's your set attack. It's Oates on the play. That ball's going to go into the stands off the arm of Sydney Martin. 15-13 now. They're going back and forth, but they need that small rally if they want to keep playing this game.
Exactly. They need that run. They got to put some points together here if they want to surpass Saddleback Valley.
And Kenneth Brader there on the serve. The attack made in the corner and wide open. The space for Jalen Green on the play. 16-13.
And that's a very tough hit because she's on this near side, and she sent that ball to the far opposite side, right by the net. And that was a really great hit by Green.
Out to serve now is Jamie O'Brien. Ball hit away. Here's your set. On the attack is Lauren Wells. That just goes up and out of bounds. Now it's the biggest lead of this game so far here for Saddleback Valley.
And those are the mistakes that Woodcrest Christian can't afford to make right now, or just long hits or poor serves.
Dug it around Stevenson. The attack here from Oaks. Back save by Sydney Martin. The chance from Heidi off the block and out of bounds. 18-13 now.
And you can just see the confidence building with the Warriors right now as they're getting close to that 25, which is the magic number. We're 7 points away.
5-point advantage. 7 more to go. Like you said before, we are crowned a champion here. Here's your set, and the attack by Heidi Dyer. Dive, save in the back by Lauren Tatillo. Now the Warriors here. Can they finish it off, as it will be off the arm of Robin Moyer, and the attack made there by Lauren Wells. Another timeout called here by Woodcrest Christian. 19-13 is our score. Kind of straying away from this game in general here, Gene, where there's a lot of story here for the Royals, and one to mention, as a matter of fact, Lauren Wells and his cousin as well, Jordan Kowenke, are volleyball players. They're both juniors and seniors respectively. Well, ironically enough, her cousin plays for Corona Santiago, and well, since they both have a relation as their grandparents because of by blood, well, both have been following their basically granddaughters respectively. So they go down to the finals, and both teams are playing only 11 miles apart. Corona Santiago is actually playing right now at Cerritos College, whereas Woodcrest Christian and Lauren Wells, they're playing here. So what do the grandparents do? They split them off. The grandpa's here, the grandma's over at at Cerritos.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to be able to support both. So if it comes to the parents having to split up, you know, that's what they'll do. And I'll tell you something. If I was in that situation, I'd volunteer to split up. I could just watch it by myself.
For me, it's more the other way. I prefer it's either a pizza or a hamburger. That's the most I'll probably split up. In any case, juggled around. Oh, that should have been 4. Either way, the Warriors here will be back into control. Well, they're going to get the double charge anyway. I could have sworn that was 4 hits. Maybe.
I don't know. I get stuck at 2. After that, I'm at the mercy of just watching the hands.
Well, you know, we 1, 2, 3 ABC, Gene.
Oh, see, nobody told me that.
So that's what they were teaching you back in kindergarten, right? Do you have your sheets? You have your homework?
When I used to do algebra, I knew X wasn't 4. That's all.
Oh my goodness, it's never always 4, Gene. Ball goes out of bounds there on the attack from Anna Stevenson. 20-14 now. 5 points away. You also have to give a shout out too for Woodcrest Christian's brothers of Brianna Hood, who are serving right now in the military. They are stationed over in Fort Lauderdale. And definitely, there's a lot of history here for Woodcrest Christian, a lot of bonding for this team. You look at the team right now, they're not as dejected as people may think. Yeah, you're playing against the number 1 seed. They're all smiles right now, to be honest.
Well, like I said, just to get here is an accomplishment in itself. If you win it, that's just icing on the cake. But to get to the finals is really a great achievement by any program in any sport, because it's so competitive in CIF. It is so competitive to go through the length of a regular season and then get to the playoffs and get into the brackets and go up against better schools or equal schools that you are. That's why you're all there. And then to get to the finals itself, you know, it's just a tremendous feeling.
And you know, with the state playoffs starting next week, Woodcrest Christian, they're a lot better than what the score says right now. I mean, you can see right now in front of you that things have started to fall apart, but I think the one thing they need to learn right now is they're playing against a very tough team that's well experienced. And now we go into the state playoffs, you're going to get a taste, you're going to see how other schools are from around the state. Maybe you're going to get in the regionals first to see how schools are in the Central and the San Diego section. But now when you get to that kind of regime, you're going to play with schools that are maybe just as good, if not better, than Saddleback Valley Christian. So now it's kind of starting off well what you're doing, but now it's practicing on how to finish.
And that's something that you really, it's like a learning stage. You come in here with a great accomplishment and you may finish runner-up, but in the process you're maturing as you're doing this, because you're preparing yourself for the state and you're preparing yourself for if you return to this level again next year. You've been here, you've played the number 1 seed, you know what it takes, you know that you went through that painful experience in 2014, but it's a mature factor. You learn from it, you build from it, and I'm sure that's one thing that Coach James will talk about after this match, and how it's just a maturity factor, but it's an accomplishment in itself.
Here we go, the Warriors looking to go for a championship point. Block made, it stays into the Royal Zone. And the Warriors of Saddleback Valley Christian are your Division 3A champions. 3 sets to none. They go complete. They sweep out the entire playoff bracket. And they dominate from start to finish and take down Woodcrest Christian.
And a couple of things you touched on. They were the defending champs. They went ahead and defended that as well as they did here today against a valiant Woodbridge Christian program, but also they keep that streak of not losing a game in this tournament, and they can carry that on into the following season if they get here again.
Yeah, year after year so far for the Warriors, and here for second-year head coach Carmen Stratton, who took this program and really gave it a near complete 180. Now they won their title. Now they have a chance to maybe redeem themselves. I think this might be more or less unfinished business here for the Warriors, considering that they got so far in the state tournament. Now they've got some more work to do after this.
Well, they've put themselves in a position where they're going back, and just like Woodbridge Christian did today, they find themselves learning this year, just like Saddleback Valley learned last year, a taste of the state final. So now they're going back, and they're going back to amend what happened last year.
On the other end for Woodcrest Christian, they only have 3 seniors, and they'll be departing after this season, obviously, but they're still staying really young. There's only a few juniors, a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen on this squad, so they with that roster being so young, they now know what it takes to get here. In all reality here, if they have the pieces, well, it's kind of like a bend don't break kind of thing. You know what it takes to get to this point going into next year, and now it's kind of just rebounding to see if you can now get over that hump.
Right, and like I said, this was a learning factor for them. And the fact that they're young, they can build from that and take that, and hopefully they get back here again so they can go ahead and mature and learn what they experienced today. But heck of a job by Woodbridge Christian. Heck of a job.
We'll give you guys the taste of the CIF Southern Section Division crowning of both the runner-up and the champions. We'll take a quick timeout right here. You'll get the audio of it in just a few. Once again, it's Saddleback Valley Christian winning it 3-0. 3 games down, Gene. We've got 1 more to go, but let's talk about this one here. Final score 3-0 set-wise as Saddleback Valley Christian cruises over Woodcrest Christian. So 2 teams again, different directions, but overall, the better team definitely did win, and they've shown here that they're one of the top teams. Next year, when year after year, when we see the divisions realign, could we say that maybe they could play against one of the top teams, like let's say, for example, Mater Dei, maybe?
You never know. Maybe. That's I know that's one of the schools that our cameraman Adam is really famous for. But
exactly.
Everybody has their school. I'm still searching, but anyway, it's just one of these things where you get a program that is so dominant, so big, and Saddleback Valley Christian is just that way. They were the champs last year. They defended that today by defeating Woodcrest Christian. But you know what? Woodcrest Christian came in here young, knocking off 2 and number 3 seeds in the bracket, and they came in here today playing the number 1 seed. And they came in with their odds against them, but they knew that they were going to come up against a very tough, solid Warrior team, and nonetheless they battled and came up short. But like I mentioned earlier, this has to be, and it will be, and I'm sure Coach James will explain it, it has to be a learning and mature factor for the Royals to come in here and to be a finalist and a runner-up and to play the defending champ. And even though you come up short, but you get that experience, and you take that experience to the state games, and then you bring it back. And hopefully you're here a year from now, and you know what it takes to knock off a team like Saddleback Valley.
Well, our final game today will be St. Margaret's taking on St. Jill. That'll be at 7:30 tonight. Gene, it's been a lot of fun, but we got to close it out with, by far, I think, the matchup of the night. 2 schools that are trying to close it out from one of the higher divisions, and this will be definitely one to be. This will be a doozy.
Well, I'll tell you what. The first 2 were just great. The second game was really a edge biter, nail biter seat game, and then this one was more or less cruise control. So I just can't wait for the 4th and final game.
Well, this will wrap things up here. We got 1 more to go. Come back at around 7:25. We'll start our pregame and then final coverage. You've been watching exclusive coverage of 7th section and championship volleyball right here on the NFHS Network, where we are high school. Don't go anywhere, folks. 7:30. We'll wrap things up.